G'day friends, welcome to another Page in 10 video. Today we're going to get started with a page that has stuff on it. So just get to searching for that before we actually start. You want a journal page that kind of has a bunch of stuff on it. You really don't plan on coming back to do any major pieces of museum-worthy artwork on there. You just want to kind of finish it up and give it a bit of a backgrounding, I guess, is the technique that I like to talk about in my Memory to Memento workshop. So we're going to background today, doing a really simple sprinkle of twinkle, which is something I like to do a lot. So we're going to need a page that has some stuff on it. It can be something with all these photos. It can be pretty full. It can be almost full. It could be really simple. It really doesn't matter. What we're going to focus on is the negative space. So just make sure there's enough negative space going on, and we might also draw over the top of some of our elements because it kind of brings it all together. So I'm going to use a pencil. Hopefully this will show up. I don't really want this to show up too much, but I'm going to show you the guide that I'm going to kind of work with, and then the sprinkle of twinkle that I'm going to put on there to finish it all and make it all look nice and yeah, complete. So this is going to be nothing from scratch. We do want a page that is that does have stuff on there. You could also just do this on blank paper if you wanted to get a practice for it. It kind of goes anywhere and everywhere, but this is something that I just wanted to finish up. I've got a beautiful bunch of photos on here from different points of my life with different people, and all of them make me happy to look at. So I'm just going to finish this page up. Let's put our timer on. Set timer for 10 minutes. Great. I'm going to draw a rope, I guess you would say, or a line. It's just going to be a direction, really, that takes us all around the page. So I want to first start with these big areas here and kind of splice any of these big negative spaces into half somehow. So I don't want to go too close to the edge. I really want to go straight through that section. I'm going to actually come onto this photo, and it's not really going to show up on this. Do you know what? I won't worry about that right now. We'll just put that here. This is essentially a line that you don't actually need to see by the end. Do you know what? I might actually bring this line down here, because even though this has got something in here, I would still consider this negative space since I haven't actually done anything to it. It's just a date. So I'm going to bring this down, bring it onto my photo, and then switch it back up through this date. So can you see how I've just kind of gone through all of this space where nothing super relevant is happening? So I'm just going to draw these lines around my page to get a good feel for where I'm going. They can disappear behind your photos as well, and then they can come over the top. We do have this this space through here, so I might want to bring this down this way, and then possibly through here as well. So these lines are just kind of going everywhere. You can connect them, make them all one if you want to. I usually say it's a little easier to let them lead off the page and sometimes dip behind the photos, because you don't really have to worry about realism. This doesn't have to be a continuous line of stars or anything. So now we're going to add our sprinkle of twinkle, which are just little motifs of stars and little bursts and diamonds and stuff that we just follow on that line in different sizes. So I'm going to start with a really simple star shape, that 5-pointed star. It doesn't have to be the same size or the same spacing. In fact, it looks better if it's kind of wonky. I'm going to start with that shape and just add it to different sections of the line around my page, wherever I put that. Even if it's over the photo, I'm going to add some of it on there. And I'm using a waterproof brush pen. I kind of like that wonky effect. You will want something pretty bold for this, because it's going to have to stand out on top of your photos and compete with some of that ephemera that's already on the page. So I would stick to maybe a gold or a silver would be really fun, like a metallic color, or just a really strong black. Or if you've got lots of dark elements, you can use a white. That also looks pretty good. So just adding these stars just straight over the top of the line. Now I'm going to add what I like to call like a pointed not a pointed, like a, how would you say, like a curved diamond. It's a diamond, but instead of straight edges, they're all curved inwards. I'm going to add those to the line. Again, different sizes and different spacings, but just adding them to the line here and there. going over my ephemera and under my ephemera. It doesn't have to be as full as like to cover the whole line. We just want to keep that line as a good direction for us. Now I'm going to add bunches of little dots and circles, some open circles, some filled in circles, but this is where you really want to vary up how big and small some of them are. You literally want little dots next to open circles and filled in larger circles. This is a good space filler. If you're getting too close to the gutter, the edges, or some of your ephemera is a little tricky, this is a good motif to add the circles and dots to. Kind of fleshes out that line a little bit. Now we're going to add little bursts. So it's like you're going to draw a circle, but instead of actually just drawing a round circle, you're going to draw little flicks of the circle. I'll show you here so you can really see it. There we go, and we're going to add those in different sizes as well. If you have any little star shapes that you like to add, like maybe you like to do 6 pointed stars, or you have your own little burst, little ray of sunshine bursts shapes or motifs that you already know, add those in there. You don't have to copy exactly shape for shape what my little selection of sprinkles are, but these are the ones that I've just learnt over time and that I'll just add because they're in my brain, they're in my muscle memory at this point. And I usually don't start shape by shape. I'll just say, if you ever see me doing this in real life, I won't go shape by shape and go around the whole thing. I actually just start at one point of the line and I switch up all my shapes as I go. But I wouldn't expect you to do that off the top of your head for the first time that you do it, because you'll be learning all the shapes as you go. But once you've learnt your little mix, it's kind of like having your own sprinkle mix. Once you've learnt which shapes you like together, sorry, my allergies are playing up, you can commit those to memory and your own little personal preferences. So now that it's pretty full, I'm going to go back in, maybe add some little X's, and just add any of those shapes we've already done. I'm going to add them again in little areas that I feel like could use a little bit more of a punch. Now this is all done in black, but if you wanted to add a bit of color, just add the same shapes that we've been adding with another color. So I'm gonna grab, I think I'll grab maybe this pink, and you'll just see I'll add the same stars, diamonds, bursts, dots and dashes. You could do this with rainbow colors, that would look really fun. And you can make these bigger as well. Like if you really want to fill all of this extra space, you can add a bunch extra. I like to keep my line pretty uniform in width as I go around, but it's not necessary. Like it doesn't make it a better effect or anything. You know, I probably should have chosen a teal or something, because there's actually teal in those. Like this would look nice, it would probably blend a little better. But not to worry, at the end of the day, does it really make a huge difference? I don't think so. It still looks good with the pink. You can see I'm just adding a different selection of the shapes as I go. You will become quicker at this if you do it a lot. I do actually do this a lot in my drawings, especially for Art Drilling the Magic, the Wizarding Artists Society. I can always find a reason to sprinkle some twinkle somewhere. But it is a good way to fill the background, and I thought I would just share with you that if you just take your direction off of some of these, I say ropes, but they're more like just lines, that this is a good way to fill that space. There we are. And that is all I would probably do to it. I don't think I would need to do much else. I'm getting the urge to do more because I've still got a minute left. Like perhaps I want to bring some pencil and shade a little bit of blue in there just to make it extra fun and kind of fade off that blue into some of that negative space. But I really don't want to do too much. I should also, yeah, probably not going to do that, but I should say you could erase those lines that you first drew. Hopefully it doesn't smudge any of your pen, but we don't want that line. We did draw it in to help guide us, but we actually don't want it at the end. So if you can erase that, just erase it. Or next time, just don't even draw the line, just start with your sprinkle of twinkle. Or draw the line really, really light so you can't see it once you're finished. But it looks a whole lot better if you don't draw that line. That blue pencil was a mistake. But you know what isn't a mistake? If you grab a white pen, you can do all of the same things on your pictures. And that looks really fun as well. See how this background of this picture is a little dark to see anything? Just use my white gel pen. It looks really nice. Ooh, there it is. It's so loud, I need to turn that down. It scared me into my old woman noise. Alright, that is it for A Page in 10. Please share your work with us on social media with the hashtag #APageIn10. We'd love to see it. This is a sprinkle of twinkle, just backgrounding to finish off some of those pages that are either half finished or almost finished. I hope you had a good time learning that today. I'll see you again in the next one. Goodbye.